keeping these penalties, okay, so we just talked about we're going to be purchasing this water and we're going to be selling some. People find out we're selling water and we're going to get the penalties, it's not going to go over well. This is something I think we really can revisit. And if we do have people that are blatantly, it just keeps happening and happening and happening, one district said they charge people a penalty. You were charged 69 cents, now you're going to go for $1.59. You aren't listening to what we're saying. And she says those are people that are continuously pushing the button and saying, no, I'm not going to voluntarily change their water, the ways that they water. So I think coming back and revisiting this is a good thing. I think for all the upheaval that has been going on with this district for as long as it's been happening, I think this is going to be a really good faith lending out of hand. Hey, this is what we're going to do to help you people. We're going to get rid of these fines and penalties, and we may have to revisit them, but for now, they're off the table. That is going to make, it's going to help a lot with our community as far as people working together, trusting this water district again. We've lost our trust in this water district, and I think that is just lending a hand out, and a good hand. And I think people will respond, and I think people are going to do the right thing. They're going to conserve. That's just my 2 cents.
Anyone else? Just to clarify, we can't charge $1.59, and I understand with your scenario that some of these districts are, but we've been told by legal we can't do it that way.
I find it very interesting.
I know.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, we have to do a penalty, which is completely different than to do it by the HCF. So, because that's the way we used to do it. That's the way the district did it before. And then they were told they couldn't do it that way. So, okie dokie. So this was just a discussion. It's going to come back as a public hearing next week for finalization.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be making, taking out the, not just the cut and remove, but like scissors, like cutting out all
Thanks.
It could be 1.5 pages.
Yeah. And again, just real quick, most of us know this already, but the reason why the district at Clear Creek is not able to do penalties based on a per HCF is because it was not part of the Prop 218 rate.
Okay.
You have to do it as an 218 hearing, a specific drought violation charge. You have to call it something specific under Prop 218. Bella Vista did that. They did that in their rate studies. That's why they're able to do it.
Okay, that's what.
And that's something we should look at.
I think there was a court case involved in that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, a lawyer friend of mine, Kelly Salt's an expert on that stuff, and she defended all that. But that is something on our list the next time, if we ever do a 218 rate.
Not in
About a year
a
and a half.
couple of years, we start looking on it.
All right, so yes, and just to the board, the next item is related to your drought rate and rate ordinance, which is the same, replacing 22-02, which needs to be updated. Again, we'll do another just quick recalibration calculation on that drought, 94 cents an HCF. I think it's actually going to be 90 cents an HCF based on 500 acre feet from McConnell.
So wait, if we're using penalty money, does that 500 acre then get into the drought rate? Because we're paying for it with penalty money.
I don't know.
It would reduce the amount of money of the purchase of the water by that 112. We could round it up to the 125.
Or round it down to 100.
Or round it down to 100.
Or round it down to 50.
No. No.
Well,
At least 100. Let's not push it too far. The penalties were collected last year for a reason. And, with the idea of using it to offset future water purchases. So I wouldn't want to go below 100.
No, I think just thinking a nice round number of 100 and then recalculate that rate based on, 125,000 of, no, 150 of the 250,000, whatever the number is.
125,000
Yeah.
for
500 acre feet, 125.
Yeah. So, 25,000 borne by this rate, I
Right,
guess is what
okay.
So you're basing your rate then on the M&I of 1698.25, the ag of 45.60, 275, the McConnell at 500, and the Wills at 200, correct?
Right.
Okay, so you take the cost of all those things, you would simply subtract 100,000 from the 565,766 cost, and then divide that by the total number of HCF, which is 3,028,335, and that should then get you your drought rate, or your water rate, not drought rate, but water rate. Plus the, but then you have to pull out 200 acre feet because you're not going to charge the 56 cents for treatment on the well water.
Yeah. That's
So
in
you
Bill's
pull out those
little chart.
HCF
Yeah,
and you do your cross-referencing.
Yeah, I
It should
think,
come down to about 87, I think, 83 possibly,
we'll know the next week.
okay?
yeah, we will definitely figure it out, but I think somewhere between 85 and 88 cents, somewhere
Okay.
would be my initial top of brain calculation.
Okay, yes,
Says here that these rates that we just talked about, for the ag and for the domestic and for the drought rate, starts July 1st, 2023. However, our cost of water is not that much right now. We're still charging 104 HCF, and that's too much.
Until we pass the changes, we're still under the current
Yeah, we still under
rate.
current. So when we do pass the changes, it has to be as of when we pass them,
Correct.
not July 1st.
Right, not the
Right.
next fiscal year, but.
it'll be
this
July,
current
it'll
water
be
year.
April.
It'll be April, 30 days.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, if you look at the draft of this ordinance, third or fourth way down, it says, this is hereby provided 30-day notice that will be effective April 15th, 2013. Again, similar to the drought ordinance, we have, it's a 30-day effectiveness date, so that's why, so I think, to Director Fuss' comment, it's kind of confusing, but the way the rates were done, from what I can gather in the past, and the community was involved in, you had your year 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, which you had your base rate. It had all these July 1 dates, which is when it's supposed to be,
Right.
but
Right.
again, when you got a drought ordinance rate, you started at that time.
For convenience sake though, do you off the top of your head know when the meter readings are going to be in April? Because if the meter readings are later, then you've got to do some math and adjust because you're starting on the 15th, but if the meter's not right till the 18th, in the past, we've done it effective on that initial meter reading date, just to balance it.
We'll check.
Okay?
I think we're reading meters on April 16th.
April 16th is a Sunday,
Yeah.
Yeah.
April 15th is a Saturday. So if
It is the week of
they,
17th, right?
I bet you it'll be afterwards, so we're gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
I think,
Yeah,
So it's going to be.
I was being mildly facetious. I knew it was a day or two after the 15th of
Right.
April. I just didn't.
It was in the newsletter.
And maybe we can make
Sounds
it
good.
effective with the meter readings of April. Is there an issue with 32 days instead of
You
30?
just do it on the date.
Yeah.
It works.
Okay.
It works for the day.
it'll work.
All right, because
And,
there'll be
and,
no,
the beauty is, we will be sending out bills on April 1st, which is based on the March readings, and we're gonna be
Right.
able to have all that information in the newsletter that is 100% read by every single customer.
And they'll watch this and they'll come to the meeting, read the minutes online.
So any questions on this ordinance? Any questions from the public?
And just
yes.
real quick, back to, it may well be that we could get that drought rate down to like 82 or 83 cents. I'm just kind of
Yeah, I
borrowing.
have an indication it might be as low as 83. But then my only concern is the waste factor,
Is the what?
waste factor, the loss factor.
The district has not ever really done that,
I know.
unfortunately.
But we need to take
That
a
may
look
need
at
to
it.
be done one of these days.
And I'm not sure if we can institute it right now, but we do
No.
need to do that. And I think, again, part of the 218 thing is you can actually have the waste factor
Or loss, yeah.
or loss factor, I'm sorry, in there. The fact that we probably didn't do that makes it hard. So in the water planning side of the world, we need to factor in that we get enough water to deliver what we committed to deliver based on waste, but I don't believe that we can actually really do that at this rate.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Now, I think in this packet, unless it was from something else, so wait, do we have any questions in regards to this ordinance from the floor? You put in here a comment from George Williamson from LAFCO. Was that in this packet?
It wasn't on this agenda, but.
I know it wasn't on the agenda, but was that in the packet?
No,
Oh,
I sent it to you separately.
oh, that was separately,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
all right.
Well, but it was just to keep the board informed, and
Yeah.
I can just let everybody know I was gonna report at next.
Fine, that's great. I just didn't want to miss it.
Yeah, but we did get they're doing a municipal service review. I think there's a hope that LAFCO will be looking at ours in the April meeting, so that
That's what the plan is.
Yeah, he sent, the LAFCO executive officer sent me a letter second week of February asking for a bunch of information by the end of the month, and so we got it off to him, so that's why I sent you what we sent them.
Just so you know, though, in order for the municipal service review and sphere of influence to be looked at by LAFCO in the April meeting, which is the first Thursday of the month in April, this board will have to approve the MSR at the March meeting.
How can we approve it next week at our March meeting if it's not?
I'm just telling you, that's what you have to do.
Well, we
What is
don't
it?
have it.
I know you don't have it yet.
How can we approve something that we don't have?
Don't have
Sure.
it.
Aren't you the chair over there?
Well,
I'm just saying that it's not here yet.
we will see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I'm less and less optimistic that we will receive a draft MSR from George, or from LAFCO by Friday. If we get one by Friday, we will have it on our agenda for the March meeting.
I doubt it, seriously.
But I do not plan, and I told George on the phone, I said, we got enough special meetings, and this was before I knew we were gonna have this one. I said, I'm not having one in the third week of March just to look at what you guys have. You guys might have to kick it to May. But he's trying, he's doing the best he can to get it together.
Yeah, we're just confronted with the schedule, you know? So, and before the MSR can go to LAFCO, it has to be okayed by us.
Or reviewed by us maybe, or approved by us.
I think approved.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe, they don't meet they meet every other month, so it might be June then before.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
No. Okay. Any other comments from the floor? Good meeting. Anybody else? Any comments? Guess what? It is officially, that clock's a little fast, 7:55. Meeting adjourned. See you all next week.
So Friday.
Do it again.